Africa. You are live with Rhealyz Africa, and we are turning up the energy for the 16 days of activism. Yay! I formally welcome you all to this live virtual event. My name is Temloluwa Adunyoju, and I'm so happy and excited to be here.
And I'm so happy to, yay! And I'm also Sylvester Ejiro Ogene. And thank you very much for joining us from across the continent as we delve into how to create safe spaces, safe digital spaces for African women and girls.
This year, our theme is Tech on Our Terms. And today's conversation will spotlight how we can build a safe, positive, and empowering digital environment.
Yes, we'll be hearing from amazing speakers from Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, and we are also going to have videos, mythbusters, fun activities, and a big surprise. So stay with us.
I want you all to share this live stream on your WhatsApp stories, your status. Just let your friends know. Invite your friends. Share this link. Don't watch this live stream alone.
So enjoy this powerful video for the 16 days of activism from our Girls Cup icons. Okay, so how do you feel about the 16 days of activism?
I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
There was even this time I just heard of it. So I was just like, oh my god, so we are going to be like moderating this event.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are we going to create safe spaces for us girls?
Because that's a major problem that girls are facing now.
Girls are just like, what can I do on this digital space? They don't know like the fundamentals.
Yeah, and some are even afraid to even express themselves.
Explore. People are like exploring. Girls are exploring now. But I also think that as far as we also have the negative side of technology, we also have like the positive side. Those two things.
Yeah.
And we can just create safe spaces for ourselves. Okay, so yes, I want you guys to create a special emoji. I don't think we can like create safe digital spaces for girls. You, our listener, drop your favorite emoji. You can drop a love emoji.
I want to see those emojis.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me. I have had 3 stalkers in my life, and 2 of them use digital tools as their weapon. Digital violence does not just stay online. It seeps into your routines, your sleep, your travel, your relationships, and even your identity. I know this because it happened to me. The first stalker entered my life through a lie so ordinary that it still unnerves me. He tracked down an old friend and told them that he had lost my number, and they had no reason to distrust him, and in one casual gesture, a stranger gained access to my life. His messages were innocuous enough, the kind that you answer once or twice while trying to place a face. But the moment it was clear he was someone I didn't know, I stopped responding. The silence didn't diffuse him, it inflamed him. For 3 years, thousands of messages poured in between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m., sometimes hundreds within a single night, cycling from adoration to anger. His entitlement swelled as my refusal to engage continued. Then it crossed into something more dangerous. One night, he texted what I had worn that day. He had been close enough to observe me intimately, yet remained a face that I could not identify. There is a specific terror in being watched by someone without a face. It forces you to scan every room, wondering if they are already there. Eventually, his unwanted affection turned into explicit death threats. And each time I went to the police, I heard a version of the same dismissal. Because you don't know his name, because he hasn't approached you physically, and because it's all digital, there is legally nothing we can do. One officer suggested I buy mace and learn how to shoot a gun. Translation, protect yourself. So I did. I learned what streets to avoid. I carried a switchblade when exiting my car and my home. But that small comfort was also a small prison. I have lived like that for years. And even with all of those precautions, I then dealt with the second digital stalker that lived in a different country. He found me through a television show I was on and convinced himself that we were in a relationship. I didn't know he existed until one night I found out he was following me. I'd gone to a play and was told that an unwell man had been asking for me. So that night, I downloaded Twitter and other social media apps that I don't normally keep on my phone. And within minutes, I was staring at a reality I hadn't known was unfolding. Increasingly obsessive posts, sexually explicit images addressed directly to me. I was in that country for a Comic-Con appearance because I was playing a superhero on a television show. And ironically, I had never felt less empowered. Once again, this time in a different country, the authorities told me nothing could be done because he hadn't physically approached me, because he knew me from a TV show. His online messages fell under the umbrella of free speech. I walked in expecting safety, and instead I was questioned about how I had obtained information about him. When a threat is credible, victim safety must matter more than a stalker's claim to privacy. The solutions that I was offered were all variations of the same demand. Stay with a friend who has a 24-hour doorman. Travel quietly. Make yourself hard to find. Become less visible. Shrink. Disappear. Honestly, I still follow most of that advice. Many women do. Because until the law treats digital predation as harm, we are expected to protect ourselves by becoming invisible, by erasing ourselves. And the most that is offered are restraining orders, and I find that those often fail, especially where
I mean, it was so scary to have stalkers around.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, and look at even what they told her, that she should shrink, she should disappear. That was very scary.
My God.
Yeah, so that was her survival story. And please, you can also share yours. Don't be afraid of stalkers, cyberbullies. And yes, I told you the last time that we had different things, we had mythbusters. Okay, so we have a surprise for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have our meat.
Busters. Okay, what we'll be doing basically is just popping these balloons. And please don't be scared of the sound of the balloons. Yeah, so we'll be popping these balloons and we'll be reading myths about digital violence against women and girls. Okay, so we're going first with the first balloon.
Maybe you should go first.
Okay, let me go
Okay.
first. Okay. Are you hurting me? Okay, one second. Okay.
Maybe I should go for you.
Okay. Okay, so I've got my question over here. Okay, so the myth says screenshotting private photos is harmless. Oh my God. So that's like a lie. I mean, how can you say that screenshotting private videos are like harmless?
It's very
Harmful. I mean, how can you just like screenshot private photos that you don't know and just say it's harmless? Imagine seeing your photo online and you're just like, how did my photo get online? That's very
your
weird.
private part should be your own.
Exactly.
It's not something you're supposed to, disclose or share with others, no matter how much you trust that person.
And so the Mythbuster says it violates privacy and can lead to criminal offenses. Yes, that's very correct, because just seeing your photos online and you're just like, where did I get this photo from?
So please, let's always learn to keep our private pictures
safe.
private.
Exactly.
It's called private for a reason. So it's private. It's your own.
Word. Okay, so we're going for the next one.
Okay.
Let me help you.
Oh my God.
Okay, I think it's like dropped down. Okay, so where is it? I can't find it. Okay, I can't find it. Okay, you've seen it.
The myth is deepfakes are too weird to worry about.
My God.
Oh my God.
Deepfakes? How can deepfakes be so weird to worry about? I mean, living a fake lifestyle, in fact, is like one of the things you should worry most about. Because your friends will be like, this is the person on TV, this is the person on the screen, and this is another person on the internet. That is just like,
just try to be real and be true to yourself. And the myth burster is deepfake abuse is rapidly increasing and targeting women mostly.
Yes,
And
that's
that's
true.
very, very true.
Yes, I also know of this case that just like our survivor story, she said it was like a stalker, and they were like, they should tell her to shrink, they should tell her to disappear.
Yeah.
That was like an example of a deep fake abuse because the person's face is like blinded. You don't know the
Yeah.
person, you don't know how the person looks like, so that can be that is a huge thing to worry about.
And you know, some people even still go ahead on, changing a person's look.
Yes, even
using-
identity.
Yes.
There's even this thing. I don't know. Maybe it's real. It's like maybe plastic surgery. You like change your face.
Wow.
I don't know. To like, I mean, that's the length. That's the eye to which abusers go to.
Yes.
Yes.
And
That's
if you notice, it's mostly women that this thing actually affects.
exactly.
You rarely see men or boys.
Exactly. That's
facing
just
things like
women
this.
and girls. They think we're so emotional, but no, we're going to put an end to that.
So to all the girls out there, try to stay safe.
Yes, and you'll be having lots of these myth busters coming your way. So be ready to hear some popping of balloons, even if it's us. Okay, so we'll be going to the main discussion.
Okay, so it's time to welcome our first guest. And joining us from Ghana is a youth advocate doing incredible work in digital safety
Yes,
and
she is.
empowerment. And she is no other person than Praise
Praise
Ofori. Hi,
Praise.
Praise.
No,
I'm
no,
so happy.
I'm here. Oh,
I'm so
yes,
happy
I'm
to
so happy
see you.
too. Move your earrings. Bouncy.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Christmas
yes.
came early, I guess.
Okay, yes. Okay, yes, happy 60 days of activism. And yes, it's an honor to have you here today. Thank you for joining us for create safe space for girls and women. Well, we'll be moving to the questions right now. And I hope you're ready.
Yeah.
You're
I've been
sure?
waiting.
So let's get straight
Yes.
into
Yeah.
the
It's okay. Okay, so the first question for you, Praise, is what are some common forms of digital abuse you've ever seen or experienced, and how can you recognize them?
Right. Thank you so much for the question. Okay.
You're
But
welcome.
I would like to explain what digital violence is to probably our viewers. And so I would say that digital violence is an online action or behavior that causes harm to an individual or also intimidates them at the same time. And mostly people who are found being harassed or abused online are girls and women. you know digital lives are an integral part of the lives of young people, and so it can be so exciting and nerve-wracking at the same
Okay.
time. Exciting where you get to meet other people, just like how I'm
Right,
meeting
to connect.
with you and all that. Yes. And also at the same, so this that same place is also going to make you or get exposed to hate comments or hate things or abuse online, right? So
Yes, that's very true.
some of these forms of digital violence we have are cyberbullying, and
Yeah,
we have online harassment, we have
yeah,
online stalking, and
yes,
image
that's true.
abuse. Yeah, so these are the forms we have. There are, a lot of forms of cyberbullying. So, but then these are just a few that I mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. So, like, how will you like okay recognize them? Okay, another question is that why do you think women and girls are disproportionately affected by digital violence?
Right. So I believe that women are treated unfairly or unjustly when it comes to digital violence because of the societal norms when it comes
Yes,
to
true.
men, how society has crafted the norms and power dynamics when it comes to Africa. And so women are mostly seen to be inferior and they are mostly silenced, quickly
Yeah,
scrolling and all that. So yeah, when it comes to this, it makes it so unfair to the women, mostly because they feel like we are objects. So we are mostly objectified when it comes to these things. That is why they find it easy to probably harass us online, or maybe say any hateful comments about us and all that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yes, how do you even think that we can actually like divert from the fact that we are so emotional? Because that's what most people say. They say that
Yeah.
we get aroused most because we are so emotional. So do you also think that's true?
I didn't get that because the line was breaking, so I'm so sorry about that.
Okay,
Can
please
you hear?
can you come again?
Can you
Can you
hear
come
me?
again, please? Yes, yes, you can.
So I was saying I couldn't get the question because the line was breaking.
Okay, so can you share a personal experience or a case you handled and how you navigated the situation when we talk
Right.
about sexual violence?
All right. All right. Thank you so much. So personally, I do not have any experience of my own, but I've witnessed situations where a friend of mine has been stalked online. That is from his her ex-boyfriend. So they were done, right? There were lots of things going on in the relationship and all that. It was very abusive. So she decided to move on to another guy where the guy got paid. So later we were at work, and then the guy I asked her for her Snapchat pin and all that because he could realize that the girl was talking to other people, other guys and all that. So she took the pin and everything and then went into the girl's Snapchat, saw the nudes, videos, and all that, the chats, and was trying to threaten her with it. It became something, I mean, so embarrassing at the workplace and all that. We went through a lot, but we just had to speak to her and then asked her to go and report to the police. So that is what I can share for now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you
That was
very
yes, that
much.
was like a touching story because
Yeah.
it can be very embarrassing to girls. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
and
very bad.
online stalking is a major digital abuse that girls
Yes,
face.
exactly. Some people lead to like suicide, committing suicide. That's very bad.
Some girls don't even know how to handle those situations.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It
yes,
was
thank you. Okay.
right. Now I'm listening.
Okay. So the next question is that
In your country and community, what are some strategies for engaging men and boys in preventing digital abuse and promoting healthy online behaviors for all?
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So here in Ghana, we do have organizations or we do have where we organize men to also partake
Can you
in
please
what.
come again with your last statement?
Hello, can you hear me?
okay, so we have some technical issues. Can you please come again with your last statement?
Right, that's fine. So I was saying that here in Ghana, we do have initiatives where we try to include men as youth advocates. So they are being trained to be able to speak up when they see anything online harassment or abuse. A writer once said that there's no neutral observer when it comes to digital violence. It means that when you see it and you do not act up, it means that you are condoning to that practice, right? It means that
Yes.
you are partaking in that. So we try to speak to them, to encourage them, to empower them to take that lead in order to push that boundary out. So that's what we do. First of all, we do have a team where guys are trained and then they also take that step. I believe that in doing so, we are trying to also do what? Break that boundary of digital violence. At the same time, using the men to combat that because mostly it is the men who do that to the ladies. So we are killing a bird with two stones, right? So that's what we
Yeah.
do here in Ghana.
Okay,
Wow, that's
that's
very,
very
very
nice. I
nice.
mean,
Yeah.
that's like very nice. Okay, so the next question is
And it would be really good if, boys are also, engaged in things like this, so they will not, want
yes,
to do it on other girls.
exactly. So it's like counterfeit what other boys want to like do to
Yeah.
girls.
So yeah, our
Yeah.
next question is, what are some practical steps women and girls can take to protect themselves from online abuse and harassment? Because this is
Okay.
a major
Yes,
and a very, very
yes,
rampant
challenging thing.
challenge and
So how do
problem.
you think we can like prevent it?
Okay. So, first of all, I believe that education- digital education is going to be very good when it comes to these things. So, ladies mostly do not have access to digital education. That is how come we are mostly exposed to online violence, right? So,
Yes. Okay, so sorry, Praise. Please, can you like increase your volume? We can't really hear you.
okay, I sorry, I'm so sorry about that. So I was saying that, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, we
Hello.
can
Yes,
hear
we can.
you.
We can.
Right. So I was saying that digital education is one of the forms to do this, or one of the ways to do this, right? So ladies should be educated as to how to um, have their own passwords and create strong passwords. If,
Wow.
That's very
if
necessary.
yeah. So when it comes to your WhatsApp or some apps here in Ghana, we do. I'm sure it might be the same there. You might have to allow your two-step verification. It means that they
Yes,
have to
yes, that's true. Yes. That's
in order
verification.
for, yes, um no, how do I put it, a perpetrator, for no perpetrator to come and then try to have access to your social media handles or your chats, your nudes and all that. That's the first thing, the digital education. And then
Yeah.
another thing, that when things like this happen, you should report cases, report incidents, be so encouraged and empowered to do that. So here in Ghana, we do have the UNFPA Orange Support Center, and we do have a number where when things like this happen, they are called. I mean, they call the UNFPA, the Orange Support Center, to lodge complaints about these online sexual abuses or online harassments and hateful comments and all that. So I believe that when we do enough digital education, and when they are also encouraged to report, to stand for themselves, to be very assertive, it will go a long way to help us combat digital violence. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thank you
welcome.
very
Because
much.
that's like very handy. I love the fact about that, like password, because
Yeah.
some girls tend to use their pet names,
Even their names,
their
even their
birthdays.
birthdays for password.
But
And that's a very, very
yes,
big
that's a
mistake.
risky mistake. Don't use your birthday, your mom's birthday, your dad's birthday, or your pet's
Yeah.
name.
So
That is
to,
so,
to all
yes.
our girls and women out there, let's learn to, create strong passwords. You can make use of uppercase letters,
Yes, lowercase
lowercase letters,
letters,
even
alphabet
symbols.
symbols. Yes,
Yeah.
that's actually the
Another
best way to
password.
create the password.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Praise, for
Yeah.
giving justice to that question. Then our last
Right.
question for you today is, how can digital violence affect body positivity and self-love in a world where it is all about your body shape and face online? And how can we build a resilient community against it?
Right. Thank you so much once again for this question. I see it to be very interesting. And I think that when young people actually listen to this, they are going to make something out of it. So I think that, first of all, young people are supposed to, um, they are supposed to stand for themselves, right? So in a world where there are things like this about beauty standards and all, young people need to see themselves as they see themselves and love themselves, right? And
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
also
true.
um, combat the beauty standards when it comes to all these things. I don't know if that is it. Um, could you please mention the question again? I think I got lost somewhere.
Yes.
Okay, so the question is, how can digital violence affect body positivity and
Yeah,
self-love in the kind of world where we find ourselves in, where your body shape and your
Yes,
face is
everything is what
everything,
matters.
yes, online.
that's right. That's right. So, digital violence or digital abuse can be excruciatingly damaging to the body, right? How we see ourselves. It can be so depressing to we ladies. It can be so tiring. It can be, we feel digital violence can make us feel like we don't measure up. We don't get to the standard of being ladies in
Yeah.
a world where everything we people look out for is the body
Your
shape, the
face.
physical looks, and all that. Yes, it can be excruciatingly damaging to the body, to the soul, to our mindsets, can even affect our academics. And one of the things, or some of the things we could do to bring this down, to combat all these things, to create a world where everyone is seen, and that we create a world where it isn't like we are just only looking out for the beauty standards, only looking out for things, is to also put an education out there, create an awareness for people to be encouraged to be able to speak up to other people or to speak for other people. The goal is to make sure that we create an online safety space for people. It is not rather to be there to troll people. So I believe that when we all come to the realization that this is how it actually affects us, as individuals, then I think that we could go a long way to find our ways to combat these things. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yes, is the truth, because we need to create a safe space for girls and women where they don't just think that it's their beauty standards that like matter, maybe your face, your body shape. Don't see
some
that.
girls who don't express themselves just because they feel like I'm not fine,
Yes, I'm fat,
I'm not fair, I'm not that. Like
that's bad. That's like a redness. So yes, thank you very much, Grace. And this is not your last question, so please stay with us.
We have more
We have
questions
more
for you.
questions. But we'll be going on a break now, and please watch the videos, enjoy them, and please don't forget to still share your favorite emojis.
We want to see it in the comment section.
Yes.
Right. So, okay.
Everyone you see online is who they say they are.
Fake profiles trick girls into trust, then harm furthers.
Stop replying to people. Verify before you trust.
Report fake accounts. Warn friends to stay safe.
As a girl, everyone has the right to safety, respect, education, and freedom from harm. No one has the right to abuse.
It's 16 days of activism.
It's 16 days of activism.
I am Basimiri Mohammed. I rep Rhealyz Africa.
I, Temnolu Adeyoju, rep Rhealyz Africa.
I, Mary Teres Mane from the Gambia, rep Rhealyz Africa.
Okay, so Praise, can you tell me? We want to like know more about you. I love your energy, the way you like do things.
Yeah, and your smile. I love your smile.
Yes, and you must really like fashion in those, because I'm still on your earrings. I really love them. They're like diamond. Okay, so can you tell me the book you're reading right now? Do you read books?
Yes, I do read books, and so at the moment, yes. So at the moment, I'm more vested into Christianity and all that. So I'm reading the prophetic book by I seem to have forgotten the name right now because you just asked me back. Yes, So I'm reading a prophetic book, which is really helping me right now because I'm more focused on growing my spirituality and then Christianity aspect. So that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Okay, that's nice. Because I also I also read books. I read Joyce Meyer's books. Yes, I read Joyce Meyer's books. Yeah, because she talks about faith. All those books, I also read them because they're kind of interesting, but not always though.
I know, right?
Okay, so Praise, could you tell us more about your work, the work you do? Can you give us a summary on it?
Right. Before that, I'd like to use this opportunity to wish Temi a happy birthday. Today is your birthday. I pray that the Lord continues to bless you and then
Amen. Thank you so much.
Rooms. That's fine. You're welcome. So, I work with Maristopes Ghana as the Youth Advisory Board Chairperson, and I'm also with Curious Minds Ghana. And Curious Minds Ghana is more focused on children, where we are to teach, or we focus more on enlightening people and then also empowering them to be able to make informed choices or decisions for themselves, to grow in aspects where people might not be able to get. That's what we do. And for Maristopes Ghana we are also focused on contraception. We are more interested in women, young people, when it comes to their sexual and gender, sexual and reproductive health rights. That is what we do at Maristus. Also with Young Leaders for Change Foundation, and I've been with African Ghana as well. And so all these things goes round and maybe probably boils down to the SRH aspects. So mainly I'm into sexual and reproductive health, right? Because that is where I have started from since beginning. It has been like 6 years now. I started from senior high school. And aside from that, I also do spoken words. I write, I sing.
Wow. I love spoken words actually.
Yes. Can you do words for us now?
At the moment, well, but if you want to know about it, it's just like I
Okay.
mentioned, I do Christ Center.
Speaking of activism.
Come again. So I don't have anything with the theme SRH. I don't know if
Oh,
you still love to hear it.
okay. I would love to. We would.
So what are you going to say after that?
I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to give you my Gemini this one. Okay, I'll give you a mosquito clap. You know a mosquito clap?
Oh, really? Is that
From you.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. But don't worry, after you give us the spoken word, we'll give you the mosquito clap.
okay? Okay. So I recently had a program in church, and then I wrote a spoken word on um preaching the word, right? So this is
Okay.
how it started. This is the way. This is the goal. This must be our identity, that we may know Him and know Him fully, with no form of coercion and fury, with no struggles lingering down our faces in the shackles
Wow.
of.
Nice.
That's really nice.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the mosquito clap. I will also give you a balloon for the myth buster.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so this is how the mosquito club goes. So you look for your mosquito. You know, mosquitoes like disturb you. Maybe when mosquitoes disturb, I hate their noise. So I was just like looking for the mosquito. Okay, I
Okay.
found the mosquito, and then we'll kill it. Okay, so
Right.
that's like that's the mosquito club. Okay, take me your peck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, just for the myth
Okay, so we
buster.
have a mix here.
Okay.
Now let's burst it.
Okay. Oops. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That was
My
so
god.
fun. Thank
Okay, so
you.
that's the house for you. Okay. Okay, here's the myth. If it's online, it's just jakes, not okay, sorry. If it's online, it's not jokes, just abuse. Like if it's online, it's just jokes. Okay, if it's online, it's just jokes, not abuse. Like when you're online, maybe somebody is like abusing you, but like telling them that it's not jokes, like it's not abuse, but rather jokes.
Like it's
So
nothing
yes, it's
serious.
nothing serious. It's
That's
just like jokes. They are joking with you. Okay.
Do
So
you
what do you have to say with the Mythbuster?
right. So
Mythbuster.
someone was also saying that when it comes to online, because no one sees you, it shouldn't be something you worry about. It only becomes an online abuse or online harassment when it is out there. But the moment you do not consent to it, it actually is an online harassment or online or digital violence. So I think that this is not true. It's very bad. It can be so um super scary when it comes to these things. You know, you can't text someone online. So this is not even anything related to sexual stuff or anything. Let me just mention there was this journalist here in Ghana where she just gave birth recently, and then after a while she came to post her picture, and someone was like, you are now obolo. You know what obolo is, right?
No.
No, okay. So in Ghana, when someone says you are obolo, it means that you are extremely fat. You've gotten so fat. And when it comes to that, Ghana people do not like it when you call them obolo. It means that they are saying that they have become so fat, and no one wants to be very fat, right? Yeah.
Yes.
After a while, the journalist came to talk about it and also sent a comment to the person, which became the talk on social media. And then people were just like, the person was just joking, but that is not it.
Yeah.
Later, the person had to come, the one who made that comment of Obolo had to come to apologize to the journalist. That is
Okay.
because it is no joke. The journalist doesn't consent to it or doesn't agree to it. So it means that it is no joke and the journalist doesn't like it at all. It's a big deal, right? So
Yeah,
anything,
that's actually very true.
yes, yes, you don't say that because it is just online, it is a joke. That is actually someone's serious life you are joking with. You don't joke with someone's serious life. When it comes to digital violence, you don't joke with the person's serious life. So I think that we could do better about that.
Yes, that's very true because even that word you said, owolo, omolo, omolo,
So
that
it's OBOLO. OBOLO.
Okay.
okay.
Obolo. Yes.
Yeah, so
That's
in Nigeria we call it orobo.
Orobo.
Orobo means you are
Horrible.
very fat. That was
Okay.
yes, called orobo. Okay, so
Okay.
thank you for answering that, Miss Rosa. And how has your work been so far? Any challenge, especially working with girls?
It's been nice, and it's been stressful at the same time. You know, when you have the passion for it, it isn't something you could really fight fight away because you have the passion for it, no matter what. Because you want to train people, you want to be a model to other people. So the only challenge I think I faced was when the bill for um, CSE, that is Comprehensive Sexuality Education, was being introduced in Ghana. That schools were supposed to incorporate it in their syllabus. Okay, in their syllabus. At the time, we had just won the Adolescent Health Ambassadors Camp.
Okay.
Prizes and all that. And we were to go to schools and go to places to amplify comprehensive sexuality education, and they allocated funds for all these ones too. But we could not do that. We could not do them because society was against it. Aside from that, it has been so exciting working with girls. Sometimes it can be so overwhelming when you're trying to, yeah, it can be so overwhelming when you're trying to put an agenda on board and people do not have the same ideas as you do have. It means that you need to stand up for yourself and do everything for yourself. It can be so tiring, but through it all, we are standing and we are still here
Sure, which is you.
working tirelessly to, yeah, to help young people out there. Yeah, so far it's been nice.
Yeah, thank you very much, Praise, for that.
Yes, that was a really good one. That was like a good short answer questions. And please, can you please stay with us as we tackle so much questions? And now we'll be having our guest from Kenya.
Yeah.
She's a woman that advocates against gender-based violence, and her name is no other than Unjeru. Okay, so Sydney, what do you think about that? Like there was this thing she said that we should look for ways to like tackle some problems because there's
Yeah.
this problem that keeps on like showing itself online, and that's the problem of body shaming.
Yes, that's a very,
Yes.
very big problem because most people, when they post, their pictures online, there's always an hate comment.
Exactly.
No matter how slim, no matter how fast, even if you're even just looking
Yes,
normal,
or
there's always
anything.
just that hate comment.
Yes, because there was this boy, like what she said, Ogbolo.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria we call it Orobo. And there's this boy, is a friend of mine. We I'm like I'm a close friend of his. like maybe cousin, something like that. But yes, it's also a friend of mine. And when he's like very chubby, it's chubby. But some of my friends will just tell him that call him Orobo, Orobo, Orobo. They'll say that even this long word for it, Orobo, Kibo, Kibo.
I think I've had that before.
I don't know how they came up
Orobo,
with it.
Kibo.
I mean, but there was this time I just like I was close to him. I was not really, really close, but it was sad about it. And he's a boy. Now examine if we say it to a girl that is all about, oh, I must look
Yeah.
good, I must get my earrings on, my nails done. But calling a girl or a bucky bucky boy, that would have been damaging.
And
I
to
mean,
all my girls out there, don't allow things like this to, weigh you down or
yes.
affect you emotionally. Be the girl that you are.
Exactly.
Be proud of who you are.
You don't necessarily need that
Yes.
figure eight shape.
You need to flaunt yourself. Don't
yes.
care. Don't mind.
I like that.
Slay.
You clock it.
Yeah.
So you clock your body, you clock your beauty, you clock your face type. Maybe it's oblong, maybe it's round, maybe
Yeah.
it's fair. Maybe going on a break now. Okay, so yes.
So I want you all to join our conversation on hashtag Rhealyz NVAW. Okay, so now we'll be going on a break, and I want everyone to stay with us as we watch the very short video. Thank you.
Today our topic will be GBV, which means gender-based violence. It is any act that results in physical, sexual, or psychological harm or suffering to either a boy or a girl. Examples are female genital mutilation, also known as FGM, deprivation of education, or rape. What is rape?
Rape is a type of sexual assault, usually involving sexual intercourse, which is initiated by one or more people without the other person's consent. Types of rape: we have age rape and statutory rape.
How children and adults can escape rape. Be anxious of your environment, know where to be at the right time. Also, walk smartly anywhere you are. Avoid staying out late at night. Avoid using lonely roads if you are alone, etc.
We girls need to stand up for ourselves and protect each other and be united.
I also want you to know that boys also can be raped. Once again, good morning to you all.
After. So you just do more questions now.
I pledge to use technology to help, not to hurt. I'll speak up against any form of digital violence. I promise to keep my online space safe and respect others. I'll lead, learn, and show kindness in everything. I'll use AI wisely and always stay human at heart. I'll support other girls to be safe, confident online. Together, we will build a peaceful and violence-free digital world. I rep Rhealyz Africa Girls Cap.
Today our topic will be GBV, which means gender-based violence. It is any act that results in physical, sexual, or psychological harm or suffering to either a boy or a girl. Examples are female genital mutilation, also known as
Welcome back, and that was a very cute video. I call it cute because our Susan Cutie was here. Okay, so that was a video for the 16 days of activism from Seat of Wisdom College.
Our Girls Cab Club is Seat of Wisdom
College. And yes, I miss us We're going
He's
to be
the
having
project manager of Seed of Wisdom Girls Camp Club. I'm so happy to have you here, Suzanne.
I like your hair. It's like giving that
Yes, and your lip combo
yeah.
too.
Yes. It's your top pink. That's very nice. Okay, so yes, we have Suzanne in the house, and we're going to be engaging, discussing on how we can still create safe spaces for digital women and girls around the continent. So let's dive into the suggestions, the quizzes, the conversations, and the laughs. So enjoy. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? What do you think we can talk about?
Maybe our girls can be safe online and different things.
Yes. Okay, so Susan, we have questions for you
Okay.
to like induce the talk for today. Okay, so the first question is that how can girls protect themselves from online bullying or other social vices?
Yeah, because
Online.
online bullying is now a very, very rampant
Yes.
abuse,
Yeah.
and we need to know how to protect ourselves because these are things that are normal. They will surely come.
Exactly.
So, what are some ways in which we can, fight back and just keep ourselves safe from this abuse?
Yes. Online
Okay, I
bullying.
feel like we should not reveal everything about us, like our identities online.
Okay.
Even if we
Yeah.
must, it should be about
Yes.
maybe business issues only. And maybe anybody we meet online, we should not just invite them to our physical space, even if we must, maybe with an adult supervision.
Okay, so like, what if it's like a pen friend? Because there's this pen friend I had back then. Yes, he told me to like send a photo so that it would like see the person is like conversing with. And I was fidgeting. I was like, should I send my photo or not? Should I not send my photo? But at the same time, I kind of like send my photo, but I sent another person's photo. So was that like a wrong thing? Because for me, I would like want to see who I'm conversing with.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can do it.
Even having a pen friend, you cannot just send maybe our identity to anybody, anything to anybody
Yeah,
that's
without
true.
knowing the person like intention towards us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we think that everybody is our friend, you're my friend, you're my friend. But online, there's no true friend. I mean, not true, but not true friend for you to like send your identity and every other personal details. We call it private for a reason.
Yeah, and you don't just have to, share all your information on the internet. Just even if it's just little, but it doesn't have to be all. Just learn to keep our private life private.
Yes,
you know.
private like private. That's nice. Okay, so Suzanne, another question for you. How can we support each other to use tech wisely and confidently?
Okay, I feel like we should maybe have meetings so that we can be consistent. And we should also set boundaries. Like we should limit our FaceTime online. And
Okay, so like how?
maybe we can just say maybe 5 hours online for this. And
Okay,
it's not
that's
like
true.
everything we see online that we must
Like
engage
delve
in.
into. Yes, that's
Yes.
very true. Because there's
Yeah.
this saying that says that the more you try to like pry into a conversation, the more the people conversing like get to know who
You are.
is like who
Yes.
you are, and that will lead to so much things. If they want to do anything, they will say you were part. So yes, that's true. It's not everything you like pry into online because it could lead to even we call it cyber stalking.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
like cyber stalking, getting to know everything about somebody. Yes, even though you don't know that you're stalking somebody, you're still stalking the person because it's like everything you want to know about the person, isn't it?
And it also leads to damages. Like there's this TikTok influencer. She's just 19 and she saw a trend 30 colors in 30 days. That's
Okay.
going to be dyeing your hair each day till you get to the 30. And she's just 19. At day 15, her scalp started burning. At day 23, it started bleeding anytime she combs it. And at day 20, that's 2023, anytime she sleeps and wakes up, she just like meet blood on her bed or pillow and everything else. And her friends begged her to stop, but she said it's going to be really 10 to 80 days. She will
Wow.
continue. And
Just because of trend.
on the last day, she painted her hair silver. Then she posted a celebration video of her, okay, yes, so I'm done with the trend, my videos have gone viral, all of that. Before she knew it, her hair, like all her hair fell out. She became
Wow.
bald. When she got to the dermatologist, they told her that she had damaged all her hair follicles and it's irreversible. So now she has to live with wearing wigs all her life. It's very bad.
Okay, so the moral lesson of the story is like don't jump on every trend.
Every trend is not for everybody.
Exactly. It's not for everybody. I love that trend. I've never heard of it. Like 30 days.
30 colors in 30 days.
Wow, you dye your hair every day.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
it's not everything you see that you should do. There are some trends, there's some contents that you should stick to. Look at your person. Okay, this is what I can do. But if it's something you can't do, please don't let us
do it.
Don't do it. It's not by force.
Yes, it's not by force. Okay, so the next question is that what challenges do girls face when trying to use tech positively?
Online harassment. Maybe from different boys, like you cannot get there, you can't do it, you're a girl. Discrimination, like discouraging girls and like from pushing out, from making it, from being confident, from being bold.
Yes, being wise, like using that technology wisely.
Yeah.
Yes,
I feel like only boys can do it. Only boys have
and
the
like
power
use
and
tech.
stuff.
But that's not true. The thing is that as girls too, we can actually use technology positively. I mean, we see girls online. There was this girl, I've forgotten her name, but oh yes, Tauma. Tauma, she uses our like online space positively. She shares inspiring videos, trends, and she has followers. So as a girl, it's not a must that you must use your tech world negatively. You can use it to inspire. Don't you think so?
Yes.
You have girls that maybe create that code games, different
Yes,
things,
exactly.
and they are making it.
They are making millions,
Even more than like boys.
Exactly. If you can cook is still a positive way to use technology. So that's what I think.
And some people feel like if they don't do this particular thing, because girls on the internet, if it's just show everybody that yes, their body shapes, do this and do that. That doesn't mean you should also buy into that kind of idea.
There's no
and
trend
also
going
post
on
things
like online now. Maybe my body is lit by
Yes.
maybe some girls will maybe they are lit,
Yeah.
so they can have fit stature and like stuff
So
like
that is not necessary.
Yes, it's not necessary. It's not like your don't make it like your beauty standard, like your standards online.
Yeah.
Who you are, show who you are. Don't like live fake lives. Like we said earlier, that's like going to lead into abuse.
Use your digital space positively and wisely. That's very, very important, because most times when we use our digital space negatively, that's what brings about almost all these harassment.
And yes, we should also expect haters. They are going to be haters.
Yeah, sure.
No matter what, haters will be
Yes.
haters. Yes, that's very true.
Because there are sometimes that when you post something, there's always that one person that will say something that look at you,
Look
say,
at you.
see your leg, see your, and I'm like, there's this TikToker too. She most times people drag her and be like, her leg looks like yam. Yes, yam leg. But she's even using it to flaunt. She's not even minding what people are even saying. So let us let what people say about us, weigh us down and break us down.
Yes, haters will be worth haters. Okay, so for the last question.
Okay, so can you share what you were able to do as a Girls Club member in your school, Seat of Wisdom, to commemorate the 16 days of activism?
Okay. I as project manager in my school.
Project manager.
So I was able to have maybe 1 or 2 meetings with my fellow Girls Club due to our preparations for exams, so that we could have like 20 meetings.
Yeah.
I also had an assembly engagement I watched. Assembly. So we were able to teach both boys and girls about rape, female
Yeah,
gender
that was one thing.
conversation.
Praise
said that we should not just
engaging,
leave it.
boys
Yes,
and males
boys,
and things like this.
Because like it's not only girls that can be raped, boys can be raped. We're able to engage people about female genital mutilation and gender-based violence.
Wow, that's very, very nice. Okay, so how has the club been able, or how has it been a great impact in your school?
Okay, girls that are not confident, that are not bold, they don't know their rights as women, they don't know how to like stand up for themselves and speak out when maybe they are being bullied or discouraged by even teachers. So they're not able to like maybe if a male teacher touches me well, even if he uses his cane or like flogs me in the wrong place, I can stand up and say, "Sir, what you are doing is harassment, and you can be sued, or I can report you for that."
There are laws that guide these
Yes,
things.
these
They can't
things.
use, and that's why some people don't speak up, because they feel like, Who will listen to me? Who will do this? Who will
Or
do
maybe,
that?
Or even if I report, they'll beat me, they'll punish me, and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, but that's not true. The fact that you earn your rights as a girl, you need to use it. There's this thing that says sorosoke. If you know something, you are
Sorosoke, speak up.
yes, you loud this. Don't let them say shut up. You ask what sorosoke.
Don't keep quiet.
Okay, so Suzanne, it has been a nice time. Thank you for answering the questions. And I hope, okay, so yes. So our listener, again, please share your favorite emoji.
Drop
Really,
it.
yes,
Let's
drop
go.
it. I want to know maybe it matches with my favorite emoji.
Let's see our girls who are with us.
Yes.
Let's meet our twin.
Yeah.
Yes, that was nice. Okay, so please drop it. Ife! Okay, so
Ife,
Ife,
thank you very much
thank
for
you very
joining
much.
us.
Okay, so this is like my
Marvelous.
second favorite emoji.
Marvelous, Temitope. Thank you
Marvelous.
very much.
Hi, thank you.
Oh my God, miracle.
Miracle, good girls. Thank you very much, Miracle. Okay. Okay, so thank you to our girls, our listeners. Thank you for dropping those emojis. They really did a lot for us.
So now we'll be going on a short break. We'll be watching a video, and I want us to stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
You can take your pictures, change them, and spread them online without your consent.
That's abuse, that's digital violence, and it can happen to anyone.
If it happens to you, report it, block the account, and save the evidence.
Tell someone you trust, get support, and don't visit alone.
Protect your digital space, speak out, end image-based abuse.
It's 16 days of activism.
16 days of activism.
It's 16 days of activism.
It's 16 days of activism.
I, Temilolu Adeyanju, Rep Rhealyz Africa.
I, Rep Rhealyz Africa.
I, Ifeoluwa Flourish, Rep Rhealyz Africa.
I, Tolu, Rep Rhealyz Africa.
Take your pictures, change them, and spread them online without your consent.
That's abuse, that's digital violence, and it can happen to anyone.
If it happens, report it, block the account, and save the evidence.
Tell someone you trust, get support, and don't visit alone.
Protect your digital space, speak out, end image-based abuse.
It's 16 days of activism.
16 days of activism.
It's 16 days of activism.
It's 16 days of activism.
I, Temilolu Adeyanju, Rep Rhealyz Africa.
I, Rep Rhealyz Africa.
I, Ifeoluwa Flourish, Rep Rhealyz Africa.
I, Tolu, Rep Rhealyz Africa.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us throughout the journey. And the videos we watched back then were our 16 days of activism videos that encompassed our media advocates, our Girls Cap icons. So you saw Ife, you saw Feromi, you saw Tolu. So thank you to them too, and thank you to our listener for staying
I was
with
also
us.
there. You removed me.
Sorry. Okay, Tammy was also there. So
Yeah.
Tammy was also there. And yes, now we'll be having another special guest. So we'll be having people, a woman coming from FIDA, the Federation of Women Lawyers and Lawyers. Okay, we'll be having some questions for us to answer. Okay,
Hello, ma. Good evening, ma.
Okay. Okay, so those videos, I really like them. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for that. Say you're
No problem.
And yes, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so another thing, yes, just as we were saying, body shaming, we were talking about body shaming
Yeah.
has been one of the thing that has been discouraging girls out there. So I would like to say something. Yes, there's this thing I want to share. It's okay. So I'll share it later. Hello, ma.
Okay. Good evening, ma.
Hello.
We are so
Good evening.
We're so happy to have you
I'm
here.
I'm happy to be here. I've been enjoying the program. I've logged on, I've been listening, and I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you, Ma. I love your smile, Ma. It's really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we have some questions for you, Ma. And the first question is, what legal protections exist for survivors of digital abuse, including cyberbullying, deepfakes, and non-consensual sharing of intimate images?
Okay, thank you for that. First of all, I really want to appreciate Realize Africa. You guys are doing a great job. I love working with young people. We need to educate young people about, basically gender-based violence and how to protect themselves. And one of the things we need to do is to understand that laws actually exist that protect everyone, especially in Africa, especially in Nigeria. So I'm going to focus my discussion on Nigeria, but I know that a lot of African countries also have similar laws. So digital violence. Thank God for your video. I don't have to do explain what digital violence means. Sharing, images that you did not, consent to online. A lot of online harassment and bullying. All these things constitute digital violence. So, how are we protected? In Nigeria, we first of all, I'm going to start before I end up with the main act. You need to know that laws actually are enacted for people. And so, when situations come, we have to really, laws have to be dynamic, and make sure that we take care of what is going on in our society at a particular point in time. So a bit of background. The 1999 Constitution, I hope you know what it is.
Yes,
We call
Ma.
it our GROM norm because it's the supreme norm that governs everybody in Nigeria. So the 1999 Constitution has a section on right to privacy, the fundamental human right under section 37 that says that everybody should have a right to his or her own privacy. And so that means you shouldn't come into my home without my consent, you shouldn't share any communication, maybe letters. Those days we're looking at letters, telephone conversations, don't record me without my knowledge and things like that. So the 1999 Constitution actually took care of that and made it an offense. So if anybody does anything like share your telephone conversation, records and shares your telephone conversations, comes into your home without your knowledge and things like that, you can actually sue the person for an infringement of your fundamental right to privacy. So, despite the fact that it doesn't specifically state, it was 1999, we weren't so advanced now as we are now in terms of digital usage and things. So, it didn't specifically talk about digital violence. But it can be inferred that right to privacy is a right everybody must have. Now, the second thing is the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. That's another law that is enacted to prevent violence against anybody, whether male or female. I hope you know that digital violence not only happens to women and girls, but also happens to some guys as well. So we need to make sure we put them into we put them in we take them into consideration when we're talking, because I hope there are guys online watching us. They need to understand that. Now, the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act came on board. Okay, it's an act from the National Assembly that governs the FCC. However, each state has a law that is related to that VAP Act. I'm trying to break it down as much as possible so you can understand. So, each state has a law. For example, I'm in Ondo State, and we have the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law, and it takes care of such provisions regarding preventing, protecting victims and survivors against gender-based violence. Now, the act itself, this VAP Act that we call it, also says that also protects girls and women and even guys from emotional psychological abuse. You know that the gender-based violence has been extended to even have doesn't have to be physical abuse, just like digital abuse is now not physical, but it causes emotional abuse, causes psychological abuse, and then harassment of whatever kind and all that. So the VAT Act also provides for that. That is one of the laws affecting gender-based violence, but most especially the Cyber Crimes Prohibition and Prevention and so on Act 2015 and was amended in 2024. Now specifically talks about law offenses of cyber crime, and that is what we're talking about today. Digital violence is a cyber crime. So all that posting and sharing of images without consent, using deepfakes. I have a case where the face of this young girl was put on, they say it's a hookup site or something, and they put her face there. And she was notified by a friend and said, "Come, we saw your face somewhere." She had no idea about that site. It was so scary to her. She ran to us. What should she do? What should she do? So you have, and we said it's a crime. We need to take it up. You know, by the time the information got round to they shut down that site. But that is an offense, and we have so many cases. So there are existing laws, especially the cyber crimes we call it Cyber Crimes Act, that makes it an offense for all the things you've been talking about digital violence. And we need to know that people must know, young people must know, you can't just do anything online anymore. You have to use the internet and the social media responsibly, because there are implications to not using it responsibly. You can be guilty of an offense under the law. Okay? So, like I said, several laws that govern this space, but specifically the Cyber Crimes Act.
Thank you very much, Ma, for giving answers to that question. Okay, before we go on to the next question, Ma, can you give us a summary on yourself? Can we, know you? Because most of our viewers don't know you.
Okay. Yes, I'm new on this space. My name is Bolanle Olafumiloye. I'm a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for over 20 years, almost 25 years now. And we have an organization called International Federation of Women Lawyers in Nigeria. It's called FIDA Nigeria. Okay, and what we do is we fight for the rights of women and children. In fact, our mission is to promote, protect, and preserve the rights of women and children in Nigeria. And it's an international organization, so um, we have FIDA all over the Africa and all over the world, different branches. But in Nigeria, we have 46 branches. So you have 46 sets of women that are passionate about taking care of the rights and interests and well-being of women and children, because we believe that women and children deserve to be happy in the society that we are today. So I'm the chairperson of the Ondo State branch in Nigeria, West Africa, Africa.
Thank you, Ma.
Yes. Okay,
Mhm.
Ma. So the next question is: what are the punishments stated in the law that deals with perpetrators of digital abuse?
Yes, and like I said, it is a crime. Okay, it is a crime to venture into digital abuse, digital violence, technology facilitated violence on another person. Our young people must understand that, because it's a crime, they are the consequence of actually committing this can lead from 3 years to as much as 10 years imprisonment. And then you have fines ranging from 1 million naira to even 7 million naira, just because you have an opinion and you want to, bully somebody or harass somebody or respond to a post online. You have to be careful. Otherwise, the law might catch up with you, and you might end up going to jail. And we don't want our young people to do that, but you have to know that 3 years imprisonment, and then especially when it has to do with young people, children. Imagine putting up pornographic images of children, or sending somebody's child's image and using it in a deep fake. There was a time it was going all around that there was AI generated images of children. I mean, there was some that were very comical. It was a comedy. The children will be talking and laughing. You feel as if they are real. But imagine using that in a negative way. So once you try to use that in a negative way, you will be guilty of an offense under the Cyber Crimes Act. And you can actually go to jail for as long as 10 years. So it is very, very strict on digital violence at all levels. And then, of course, the person that is the victim or the survivor of that violence can even take you to court on a civil matter and sue the person for, like I said, infringement of fundamental rights to privacy, can also sue the person for harassment and assault and get compensation. And compensation or damages for whatever violence has been perpetrated can be very expensive. It runs to millions and millions of naira. So it is very expensive to actually commit violence, digital violence. So please, young people, note that, and because we're talking about this a lot happens online, but we haven't really had people being prosecuted for it. People haven't really started going to jail, but believe me, because of this 16 days activism, young ladies are knowing that they have a right to report the matter and to make sure they get justice for an infringement on their rights. For the fact that their person, their sense of dignity might have been affected, the emotional torture and trauma that would have gone through the act of the violence that was perpetrated on them. They have a right to go to court and get as much compensation as they can.
Yes, ma. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you very
ma.
much, ma.
Because that was really, really useful. Girls and women, everybody has to know about their rights, and that even if their rights are infringed, that they can be punished for it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's like
And I have to say one thing, it's not just guys committing digital violence against women. Women also commit digital violence against themselves. So
That's
it's
good.
not specific between boys and girls. No, it has to do with everybody acting responsibly online. It could affect anyone at any point in time.
Yes, ma. Thank you very much, ma. Okay, so ma, the next question is, how can women and girls safely report digital abuse without being exposed while ensuring that they get justice?
Okay, it's very important because once a survivor or a victim goes through that, imagine waking up one day and there's a naked picture of you online, or there's someone blackmailing you that, oh, I'm going to post your picture online if you don't do what I want you to do. We have cases like that under FIDA, and FIDA handles such cases. So the person must know, one, even if I always say, even if the person took the picture herself and decided to post it to her boyfriend, and the boyfriend now decided the whole world should see it, or she recorded something, it doesn't mean that that picture must go around the whole world. It's a private matter between the person and the person she sent it to, or he sent it to, in the case of a guy. So how do you report this? Because the person will be traumatized by that act. So the first thing the person has to do is to understand that one, the other person, the perpetrator of that digital violence, has committed a crime. When you see a thief committing a crime or stealing, you won't say, please let me just leave him alone or and be going because he has stolen or something. You will say, oh, please, that's a thief, and you feel like, oh my goodness, you have to let people know that this person has stolen. So the first thing is that we need to report it because it's a violation of our person. So we must report it to the right authorities. Who are the right authorities? One, you have the police. Now, it's not all police commands that you report to. There's a specific unit. It's called the National Cybercrime Center. And it's a specific unit because they're supposed to handle sensitive information. So, but you say, oh, how am I going to get in touch with the police? I don't want them to know anything. The best thing is you get in touch with an organization like FIDA or like Rhealyz Africa. Okay. I told you we have FIDA offices, FIDA branches in all. We have 46 in Nigeria. All the states of Nigeria has a FIDA branch. And then you now have some states like Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja that have several other branches so that we're spread across the country. And you can always walk up to us. Our contact details are online. You can do that. Now, there are still some other organizations apart from FIDA that work on digital violence, on gender-based violence, that can assist through the legal process, through the emotional and psychological process required. So the person has to get in touch with them. Now, once they get to FIDA, for example, and any other NGO, they know um, the right office in the Nigerian police to talk to. So we, for example, know that we have our contact at the NCCC, that's the National Cybercrime Center. We have a contact there, and any case that comes to us, we immediately report it. We try to get in immediate action because social media is so fast. You can get, once it goes out, it's very, very difficult to call it back. But this center, they have specialized training, and they can help us, first of all, find the culprit, and then you can apply to remove the offensive image or whatever that has gone up, remove it off the social media. You get, so we can report it and do so many things. So if anybody is too shy or too afraid because of the stigma to report directly to the police, please get in touch with the nearest civil society organization that is involved in that, and they will guide you through the process. That's basically what I would advise. Let them guide you through the process. They will know the police to get in touch with, know the social media handles for them to remove the offensive image online and things like that. And then they can help the victim or survivor to go through emotional and psychological counseling. That's the best advice I would give.
Thank you very much, Ma. Okay, so our next question is, what are the gaps or challenges in enforcing laws against digital abuse in Africa?
Well, the truth is that once, for example, I mean, there are some digital abuse that are very common and very open, maybe bullying, cyber harassment, and all those things. Those ones are easy to even curtail. The issues we really have are the ones that have to do with, of course, I hope you know what this, I don't want to use the wrong word online, but images that are not um, helpful. Sexual images, pornographic images, or blackmail or things like that. Those are really critical that damage the psychology of the survivor. Now, most of the time, they don't want to report because of what they had going through. So one of the challenges we have is under-reporting of these issues. But we know they exist. We know they exist. So, but we need to get people to realize that we don't we don't need to hide behind a veil because something has been done to us. So we need people to report properly to the appropriate authorities. Like I told you about the channel you should go through. Secondly, even where they report, we need a system where even our justice system understands that there's a case I have in court right now, and unfortunately, it's going through the normal justice system, so it's a bit slow in the system is a bit slow in getting immediate justice for the victim, and that discourages them. So we're trying to see how we can ensure that we speeding up such kind of crimes by having specialized courts. If we have specialized courts, it's now easy to um, have justice immediately. So that's another challenge. And then the fourth, hello, can you hear me? Can you see me?
We are with you.
Okay. And so the another challenge, I talked about reporting properly, the fear, stigma. Okay. People will say, what was she doing online before? Why did she record herself? So all those, the issue of stigma, the fear of stigma, if people hear that this is what the person is going through, is also a major challenge for us. But I love what is going on. This year's 16 Days Activism is about exposing the issues involved in digital violence and letting people know that, the more we talk about it, we look at the challenges, we come up with solutions, then I'm sure we'll have people behaving much better. And we have prosecutions. We'll have people behaving much better in much better online. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma. Okay, ma. How can we challenge victim blaming attitudes and misconceptions that perpetuate digital abuse?
What is Realize Africa doing? You're doing a great job. How can we do that? We must talk about it over and over and over until we are used to it and we say we don't mind talking about it. And anybody that has anything to do with digital violence or is a victim of digital violence can confidently say, yes, it has happened to me, but that's not the end of the world because I know a lot of other people it's happened to. But we would make sure that justice is done, and the infringement of my privacy who has been taken care of. You understand? So first thing is we must talk about it. So thank you. Kudos to Realize Africa for coming up with this particular program. I'm really impressed. I love the videos that you're putting out with the children and letting them understand because they're the ones that are deep inside this social media space. And we must make the space safe for everyone to participate in. So education, sensitization. I've talked about the need to have counseling sessions for those that have been traumatized. I have two cases of digital blackmail. Okay, uh, you know, from students, university students. And we need to talk to them and encourage them all the time. So everyone has a role to play. I always say, government is providing the laws, but we should also provide the uh, implementation of the law, and then civil society, yes, please talk about it all the time, provide counseling support. And then, of course, at the end of the day, everyone must use the social media responsibly. Yeah.
Thank you very much, ma. It was an honor having you on this project.
Yeah, and I'm
Okay.
really late because I'm an aspiring lawyer too. So
Oh, nice, nice. I mean, there's so much to do in the law. You can sensitize, you can work with, you know, you can impact on the lives of people. Even you're doing that now, and I've been watching both of you. You're so good. I love the flow, the energy. And so please come on to the legal profession. We need you here.
Thank you very much, Ma, for
Thank
joining us
you.
today. We really appreciate.
Thank you, Ma.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
now,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye
Okay, so
bye.
on a short break, and I want all our guests to hold on while we just watch a short video. Protect girls online. Happy birthday, Tammy. Many more years to come. Long life and prosperity. I pray for you that this will be your best year yet. I love you to the moon and back. I pray for you God's mercy and God's favor upon your life. As you turn 16, good things will continue to favor you. Happy sweet 16, my baby. I love you so much.
Happy birthday, Tammy. Wish you long life and prosperity. Hope you enjoy your day.
Amy, happy birthday, long life and prosperity, many more years to come. You're finally 16, plucky baby girl, and I still love you.
Dave, darling, how are you? Happy birthday. God bless you. May God continue to increase you. May He continue to fulfill all of your dreams, and may He continue to fulfill all of your heart desires. Happy birthday. Enjoy your day.
I wish you long life and prosperity. I wish that every single thing you wish for comes true in your life. Even though we're not together and we might be miles apart, I still love you so much, and I want you to always know that I always stay by you, always be with you. Even though sometimes I'm busy not to text you. Thank you for always being there for me too. Thank you for loving me, even with all my problems. Thank you for always staying with me, no matter how bad things get. I love you so much, and I wish you a very, very joyful, happy, and prosperous life. Nothing will come in between your way of success in Jesus' name. And I wish that every secret desire you have comes to Jesus' name. Happy birthday once again. I love you, my baby.
Hi, Clement. Happy birthday from Olumide to you. Long life and prosperity, and enjoy your day.
Amen, amen. Men and women go pray for you. Amen, amen. Your bank account's now. Amen, amen. In Jesus' name. Amen, amen. Me, I did pray for you. Amen, amen. Men and women go pray for you. Amen, amen.
Okay, so this is Tammy Lelua, sweet 16. Yippee! Okay, she's still crying. Happy birthday, Tammy.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you, baby. May the good Lord bless you. So this is our own gift to you. Happy birthday. And we wish you God's blessing. And one thing we have celebrated you for, today is our birthday. She dedicated her birthday for us. Instead of celebrating her 16th birthday, she had to come to the studio because of that. So we love you. We appreciate you. So keep doing the work. And we love you so much. So enjoy your day. So don't worry. You still enjoy the cake. We send the cake to you. So it's going to be a wonderful time. So we love you so much. Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay, so thank you for your comments, everybody. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for always being with us. Thank you, Wilbur Focus. Happy birthday, Tammy Lelua. That's very
Thank
cool.
you, very cool.
Very cool. Okay, lovely, miracle. Yes, she deserves everything good in life and more.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Kayode, happy birthday, Semiloluwa. Happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Tammy. Wish you. Oh, mom. Hi. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm crying. This is 16. I'm crying. I can do this. Okay, so we are back from the birthday wishes. So we still have our beautiful Timmy. So Timmy,
Yeah.
okay, so now we are going into a more deeper conversation, more deeper discussion. And yes, we'll be having our guest from Kenya, Lynette Injeru. She's a young woman passionate to ending GBV, gender-based violence. So, hi, Lynette.
Hi, Lynette.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah.
Thank you and happy birthday, Tammy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get this. How have you been doing, Lynette? Can you
I've
please
been
introduce
well.
yourself?
So, thank you for having me here. I'm Lynette Njero. I am from Kenya. And I would say I'm a creative who uses the power of art to advocate matters affecting women and youth. So, in this case for today, since we are addressing gender-based violence, I use art to address matters affecting GBV or forms of sexual and gender-based violence. And when I say art, I mean film, stage plays, photography, and we draw as well and dance. And we are a vibrant youth community. That is what makes the Omondo activism.
Yeah, the Umundo activism. Thank you for those details, the filmmaking, everything. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have some questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, so in your country and community, what are some strategies for engaging men and boys in preventing digital abuses and promoting healthy online behaviors?
Okay, engaging both gender in promoting good behavior. In my country, what a lot of us are doing is what is happening here today, like opening dialogues and where we open platform for people to talk and address these issues. We have open spaces where men and women are open to talk about what they have been through, and you find that in such platforms there are people who have also been through digital abuse. Say it could be bullying, sexual harassment, like impersonation or blackmailing, where some women or even men are forced to do things to avoid their nude photos being leaked online or images. So coming together and having these discussions beyond online meetings and having these safe spaces where people can meet and address these issues through mentorship, open conversations. I would say a lot of it is online. Open conversations, which are both online and they're also physical, and calling out a platform that enhance some forms of abuse. Like we are having the government close online pages on platforms that facilitate cyber crimes. So the government is also taking its step in making sure that these social media pages that promote any form of online abuse, they are being closed, they are being highly monitored by the DCI, and they are being shut down. So we are moving towards a safer space and hoping that things are going to get better. That is what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma, for answering that question. Okay, so our next question for you is, from your experience, what are some effective ways to deal with online harassment without compromising one's mental health?
Without compromising mental health.
Yeah.
From my own experience is basically just having conversations, and what I do, we have meetings with my team. Sometimes once in a while we do address such issues, like what are the safe practices for one to engage in online, so as to avoid getting into cases of abuse digitally. So addressing these issues in a sit down, telling the young men in my team and the young ladies what you're supposed to post and how you're supposed, even when you're posting, there's how you package yourself online that sometimes can really determine what kind of interactions you have with people. For example, one instance I gave to some of my boys and girls is using some funny or inviting names, can invite conversations that are unwanted. These are names I wouldn't. Okay, for example, calling yourself what Magic Mike, say, like that, as a social media handle, that would really invite some unwarranted conversations or images or in your DMs. So one of the things you really have to do, or some things I've really taught, also you need also, it has to start with you. Online respect has to start with you, how you package yourself online. But also there are cases where women and girls are really decent, but you still get abused. So in such a case, talking to someone. I haven't gotten someone in my close circle who has come and told me that they have been abused online in Team Omondo, but I've had a friend who was a victim of blackmail, and what she did is that she reported to the police, and she also reported to that social media. It was Facebook, so she reported to Meta, and Meta and what other platform? There are online spaces where you can report such cases, yeah. But for her, she reported, and she also reported to the police. And I would say the Kenya police side, through the DCI, they're the ones who helped her track down the abuser. And we might not have so much she might not have had so much help from the reporting, but also blocking the victim kind of helped. So so let's say reporting accounts immediately would help. Whatever body you have close to you that you have, if the social media platform allows you to block or to report cases of abuse, you do that. If you can approach the police, or if the organization's dealing with that, do that immediately. So my case, the lady, she reported to the police, and she also contacted, I'm not sure she got full help from Meta, but she tried reaching out to Meta, and so just reporting to the support group.
Okay,
Thank you very
so
much.
just like report. Okay, so our listeners, I hope you're listening. Just report. Make sure you report, even though it's like any agency close by, just report.
Yeah.
Even if the police, just report. And even like organizations like Rhealyz Africa, we have feeder reports. So do you understand? How we clear with that? Okay, we should be. Okay, so next up, we are having fun questions for you, Lynette. Yes.
Okay, Praise, are you here with us?
Sorry?
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Praise. We also have fun questions for you too.
Yes. Okay, starting with Lynette, I'd like to ask, what is your dream birthday gift?
Hmm. My dream birthday gift would be a vacation to Lake Como in Italy.
Wow, that's really nice.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
very yeah, the reservation center there is like very nice. That's very nice. That's a good birthday gift. Okay. I was not expecting that. Okay, Praise, are you still with us, please?
Hello, Praise.
I'm with you. Can you see me?
Okay, so Praise, what is your dream destination for relaxation after stress?
Wow, that's an exciting one. I think going for a vacation, yeah, a vacation and relaxing for like a month. Yeah, just
Oh my god.
being alone.
It's like everyone
No
loves
one.
vacation.
Exactly. Everybody loves vacation.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's.
So
I love vacations. So
yeah, that's nice. Okay, so back to Lynette. What are the online trends in Kenya among your people?
Hello.
The online trends.
Mhm. Did you ask about online trends in Kenya of abuse?
Okay, like what are the online trends in Kenya
Mhm.
generally among young people?
Mhm. Online trends in terms of abuse, right?
No, no, like generally it can be clothes,
when it
maybe the
comes to
radio
media,
show. Yes.
just anything social.
Oh, online trends. Wow. Okay. Fashion, in terms of fashion. Okay, among young people, what I checked last was in line with fashion. Everyone was like wearing jorts. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that's nice. I think the term raining here in Nigeria is like
Yeah.
something boo.
Even
Yes.
droughts, so people wear droughts now.
Yes,
in
yes,
Nigeria.
in Nigeria. I've not seen some, but yes. Okay, so praise to what are like the online trends in Ghana amongst young people?
Well, the last time I checked, it's dancing. You know,
Wow.
everyone wants to be like Afronita, Rodi, and all that. So
Yeah,
everyone.
because yeah, I've actually noticed this when I'm watching TikTok.
Yes,
Most
like
of all these
dance
dances
trends.
come from Ghanaians.
Yes, exactly. That's true.
Even this girl, I don't know if you know what's her name? Africo, something like that. She formed this TikTok dance challenge, like 3 or so. She's
Okay.
also a Ghanaian.
Okay, so we have dance as a trend in Ghana. Okay, thank you. And yes,
Okay,
about this. Okay.
Okay, so Lynette, what's your dream destination for relaxation after stress too?
Same place. Lake Como, Italy.
Vacation. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the online trends you talked about in Kenya, has these trends been of positive or negative influence addressing issues around digital violence and safety?
Okay, besides the jobs that I see everyone doing online, okay, that's more physical. I mean, that's more of what's on the streets than online. Online trends, it's a lot of dancing, like in same I've had in Nigeria. So what I would say has it, yes, it affects because we have some. I've seen dancers being trolled for their body sizes. So I would say yes, it really affects negatively because I've seen dancers being trolled for their body sizes. Some have a smaller body size and they have been trolled for that, the dancers, and some have bigger body sizes and they have also been trolled for that. So yes, it really affects.
Wow. Okay, so it's negative. Okay.
And that's really something that we actually
That we're
like,
still talking
because
about
this body
body
shaming.
shaming. It's ongoing.
Yeah.
Okay, so praise as this trend, the trend you talked about, also dancing, as it like brought about positive or negative influence to girls.
When it comes to digital
Yes,
violence.
violence and its safety.
So yeah, we have both. I mean, little bit of each. We have the positive aspects and then the negative aspects as well. So when it comes to the positive ones, we have situations where a dancer, I mean, let's say Afronita will be dancing and people seem to be admiring and then also looking at her academic credentials and all that after dancing and all that. It seems to inspire other people. When it comes to digital safety and digital violence as well, I think that the negative ones too are there, where sometimes she brings on board her younger sister and people start trolling her younger sister and all that. Yeah, so I think it has the negative aspect and then the positive one as well. But for the um, it doesn't openly or it doesn't openly talk about online safety or let's stop harassing this or that, but it has a positive influence on other people as well. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're rounding up now, and we would like to know your final words from all words we've been saying so far, from you, Praise, and also from Lynette.
Okay, so my last word to people out there is that the goal is to be prepared for anything digital violence and then also know how to address it. So if you always prepare for it, or if you are always ready that this is going to happen. You guys also mentioned it when you were discussing. So if you are always prepared that when I post this out there, people are going to criticize it this way rather than critiquing, like talking about the good aspects and the bad aspects. People are always going to talk about just the bad aspects. I think that it will help you build up your mind to be able to put yourself out there in a positive way, in such a way that you wouldn't have to be worried about anything at all people do or say, which wouldn't have a toll on you. So I think that we should be prepared and be ready for anything at all we are putting out there for people to see.
Thank you very much. Okay, what about from Lynette?
I would say that digital violence is real, and a lot of times we put our focus on the victim, and since this victim, perhaps if it was body shaming or things to do with bullying, we focus on the victim and we put the abuser or the perpetrator on the side, because a lot of the times the perpetrator is unknown when it comes to online bullying and abuse. So if we can all stand up and put effort in bringing out these perpetrators, and so that anyone who would wish to bully anyone or blackmail any woman or any man online, they shall see the consequence, that people are now standing up with victims instead of just having sympathy on the victim alone. Let us just stand up, everyone, speak up and bring out the perpetrator. I'm sure we a lot of people are learned nowadays, and you have a lot of ethical hackers, and this is a time that they need to come out and help the community to locate the perpetrator and put an end to digital abuse, because we just don't need to show to deal with the victim alone. We need to deal with the perpetrator also, no matter how smart they are in hiding their identity. We need to bring them out, and so that they can set an example for everyone else. So let us all stand up and speak up for the victim.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. Yes, because that's the best thing to know, do. Like everybody needs to like stand up for the victims.
Yeah.
Yes, because some people maybe when they just like when they are victims of something, they just like start telling them, why didn't you do this? You knew this was going to happen. Why didn't you prevent it? So yes, we must stand up for victims. It's not our fault. We must stand up for what? Victims. So thank you very much, Praise and Linus. It was a fun time having you on this virtual event. Your ideas, they were encouraging. They were even like giving more inspiration,
Your
girls.
contributions
Yes.
have had great impact
Yes.
on us and to other girls out there, and we do not take this opportunity for granted. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes. Bye and have a
Bye.
great
Thank you for having us.
Thank you
Bye.
once again. Bye.
Okay, so our listeners, thank you too for following us to this moment. I mean, it has been a great journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll be going on a short break, and I hope you enjoy this. Comfort Momo, great job to you too.
Thank you for
following
joining
through.
us.
Yes.
Thank you for staying with us.
Yes, thank you too. Yes, from Adam Moleku Kayode, putting an end to online digital violence is very important.
Yeah.
That's very important. Yes, I agree.
Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks for
Okay,
staying with
from
us.
Wilbur Forshioti, great ideas. Keep soaring high in activism. Thank you very much for your encouragement.
Okay, so we'll be going on a short break. We have a video, so I want us to sit back and watch the video.
Guys, I'm Tolu and I'm a girls media advocate with Rhealyz Africa. As I'm sure you know, we've been doing a 16 days of activism against gender-based violence challenge. With the rise of technology, social media platforms and the internet in general have become the latest tool against women. Here are some statistics. 16 to 58% of women and girls face digital violence. 90 to 95% of deepfake videos are images, sexual images of women. 73% of female journalists have experienced online violence in their work. As women and girls, we have to remember that these statistics are not just numbers. Each one of them is a girl that has gone through some form of online violence. Here are examples of online violence. Continuous messages from men or boys that you don't want to talk to. That's harassment. Sharing private or sexual images without consent is online violence. That 30-year-old man in your DM saying that you, a minor, are mature for your age is grooming you. That's online harassment and is also the first step in abuse. And the threats and gender-based hate comments that are left under your posts or your videos is online violence. One important thing to remember is that abuse never starts big. It always starts small. And as we fight to get serious consequences for gender-based violence and abuse, let's not underestimate the power of the block and report button. That is the one thing you can control, and you should wield that without guilt. If you get any comment that makes you uncomfortable, if you get any private message that makes you uncomfortable, block and report them. And it's not just important to block them alone, but also report them, because chances are if they're doing it to you, they're doing it to a bunch of other girls too. And on any social media platform, after a certain account has been reported multiple times, the platform has to investigate, and their account might actually be put under like suspension or even like closed, like they won't be able to access that account, which means that you just saved a girl from having to go through some form of online violence. So that is what we can do to stay safe and to keep people around us, to keep girls around us and women around us safe as well.
Welcome back from that short break, and I hope we really, took a lot of lessons from that video which we just watched. Okay, so now we'll be going to our meet bursters. And okay, who starts first? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god, the paper fell.
Okay. Okay, so this is the myth. All right. Boys can't be perpetrators of digital abuse if they love the girl. Okay, so the burster is that love does not justify monitoring, stalking, or controlling behavior. Okay, that was a great myth because you're like, because you love me as a boy, or maybe as your friend, then generally you can be a female friend too. And maybe because you said you love me, you are going to like stalk me. Maybe you are a great fan of me and you're stalking me. I mean, looking out for me is good, but when it comes to stalking, full-time monitoring, it has turned to a digital abuse.
Yeah, some people feel like
Yes.
they are subjected to someone because this
Maybe
person has
drama-
done this for them.
Exactly.
This person told me that yes, I like how you behave.
I
But
love
no,
you.
that's very, very wrong. Because someone does something for you doesn't mean you're entitled to that
To
person.
stalk the person. Okay, so what's next? Who next?
Okay, Susan.
Okay. Should I brush it? I'm good at brushing.
Oh my gosh.
So, the myth is only strangers send harmful DMs. The buster is many cases come from friends, classmates, ex-partners, or acquaintances. Not only strangers can send DMs. Your friends can use like on that person's number to send you a DM of threats and different things.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. Because some people don't even know who their friend is. Like, it's not like major to like maybe you're my friend, you're my friend, you're my friend. Even if you have online friends, like you said earlier, you even said it earlier that it's not everybody that likes the true friend, right? You don't know what the person has in mind. So don't let us just put our 100% trust in friends that okay, they can't send me DMs or just strangers. Even your friend can send you DMs.
Yeah, and if you look at most cases of digital abuse, we realize that most of these perpetrators are actually friends
Yeah, somebody
of the
close
victims.
to you.
Yeah.
Exactly. It can be your uncle, your sister, your friend, your best friend, your relative, your neighbor, anybody.
And as we discussed earlier, your private videos are private. They are meant for only you. Even though you trust somebody, doesn't mean you should disclose it or share it with that person.
That's why we call it private. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So the myth is women exaggerate judicial harassment to get attention. And the buster is most victims underreport abuse due to fear and stigma. And that's very, very true because most people feel like the reason why this person is reporting these, cases because you just want everybody to
know,
just
to come and say sorry.
yes,
But
attention.
attention. Is that that's not true. That's 100% not true.
Yeah, most girls keep quiet due to fear
Yes,
and stigma.
stigma,
They feel like,
stigmatization.
what will people say if I tell this person? Would they say I'm the person? No, I'm the wrong one, or I'm the one that do that.
That did this.
Yes.
They like some people will even call. That's what the Feda person said that it causes psychological harm because people will start telling you that why did you do this? Why did you do that? But the victim is supposed to be helped because he or she is experiencing stigmatization, the person is experiencing psychological harm. So we should not just rise up against the victim.
Yeah, and our guest from FIDA already told us that there are punishments for these online people.
People who commit these
stalkers.
crimes, cyberbullying.
So let's
harassment.
speak up. Let's express ourselves so these people can also be punished and won't go unpunished.
Yes, that's very true. Okay, so to our listener, to our viewer, we are about to round up this virtual event. So how are we guys feeling? Happy. Yes, because I really learned a lot, especially from our guest from FIDA. She told us that we should not just rise up against the fact that just women and the boys are the ones that are like harassing women. Even your friend that's a female can actually do that. I learned a lot from.
And don't let us also forget the part of using strong passwords.
Yes. That's very cogent because some girls tend to use their birthdays. That's funny. So you use your uppercase letters, your lowercase letters. We can use symbols.
Yeah, and if possible, enable two-step verification.
Yeah, that's very secure because it keeps all your online activities safe. So yes, we'll be rounding up now. And yes, we'll also like to round up with this message to join us, Rhealyz Africa, to advocate for girls' safety online, for girls and women's safety online. You can join us. So the message is below. You can just look at it and join us.
You can send a message to the number below.
Yes.
If you are interested in using your voice to speak up for other girls.
Yes. And please also follow us online at Do It Right RGN. It helps us to stay active. It pushes us. It encourages us to keep pushing in for girls and for women generally to create a safe digital space.
Yeah, thank you all for the birthday wishes and the prayers. I do not take them for granted. I really appreciate it, and I pray God will continue to bless each and every one of us.
Yes, and also a special thank you to the people that commented, the people that wished us great job, the people that sent their favorite emoji. I want to say thank you to Miracle Eye. So Miracles, thank you, and also to Ifeoluwa Flourish. Yes, thank you very much.
Marvelous Temitope, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for your comments. Adamole Kunkayode, thank you very much.
And so also to our guests, thank you for joining us and giving wonderful and great contributions to our topic for today.
We were for sure. Thank you very much for your encouraging comments.
And thank you to Rhealyz Africa for creating this medium to speak to other girls and share ideas, thoughts, and experiences with other girls. And to our behind the scenes.
Yes, our behind the scenes. Thank you very much.
To the technical units, the ones put up this.
Yes, and again, thank you to adorable Suzanne. Thank you for being the best project manager. I mean, she was able to come up, and our other pupils were able to come up with a good idea for the 16 days of activism. Thank you very much.
And we are expecting more.
Yes, we are expecting more.
Yeah.
So thank you to our viewers, and also happy 16 days of activism. And stay tuned, please. Okay, as you watch this video,
Today our topic will be GBV, which means gender-based violence. It is any act that results in physical, sexual, or psychological harm or suffering to either a boy or a girl. Examples are female genital mutilation, also known as FGM, deprivation of education, or rape. What is rape?
Rape is a type of sexual assault, usually involving sexual intercourse, which is initiated by one or more people without the other person's consent. Types of rape: we have age rape and statutory rape.
How children and adults can escape rape. Be anxious of your environment, know where to be at the right time. Also, walk smartly anywhere you are.
This 16 days of activism.
Digital violence harms real lives, and so
for girl safety, this 16 days of activism.
Digital violence harms real lives, and so government must enforce stronger online safety laws now.
Parents, protect girls online. Teach them digital safety, not silence or shame.
Men, your voice matters. Challenge online abuse, not the women targeted by it.
African leaders must prioritize girls' online safety as a national human rights issue.
Stop online hate. Respect every girl's dignity, privacy, and health. No exceptions.
In this era of digital violence against girls,
It is important for schools and communities to create safe digital spaces where girls' voices thrive.
Join the Rhealyz Africa online safety movement. Together, we can end the digital.
Join us, stand with Rhealyz Africa, protect our online.
16 days of activism.
16 days of activism.
16 days of activism.
I, Rita AD, rep Rhealyz Africa.
Hi, Oladogun Ayimposi from Nigeria, rep Rhealyz Africa.
I, Mary Makinde from Nigeria, rep Rhealyz Africa.
Hi, Akeju Praise Onyidamola from Nigeria, rep Rhealyz Africa.
I, Ireti Adeshida, rep Rhealyz Africa.
Bye.